What is up, my friends? Jesse with Just Man Sports Cards. Gonna go over the card show that I went to. It's in Concord, California, also known as the East Bay California Card Show. I went on Saturday. We'll get into the video. I'm just pre-upping it. Went there on Saturday. I got there about 10:30. This time they did not have food vendors. Last time they had 2 food vendors outside. The taco truck was pretty legit that I ate at last time. They didn't have any signers this time. Last time it was Jose Canseco and Doc Goodwin on opposite days. There was 2 rooms. The main room, which you'll see in the video, and then the side room if you've seen the other previous videos. And then we'll jump into the video, and then I'll show you the cards that I got at the end. I did my largest Star Wars purchase ever, and then I also got a PSA 10 Garnet rookie year that I've never seen on eBay, and helps me complete my run. Not complete it, but move towards completing the PSA 10 run. And then I got 2 other cards, so was really excited about the Star Wars thing, and then the other cards that I found. So we'll jump into the video. Here we go. It's 108, so it's typically when it starts to die down. It's the non-sports guy. The overview of the room. It's definitely a little harder to walk when there's more people in here. This guy here, he's here every time. Plenty of Pokemon, plenty of vintage. This guy's always like high-end stuff. I showed him in the last video. Some 25-cent boxes. This guy actually sat up next to me at the last show that I did.
It's hard to get Yeah, exactly. It has to be.
So plenty of wax, Mojo breaks, vintage. Yeah, plenty of wax, and then the TT06 guy. Mix the Pokemon, vintage. This is Greg. He's like the largest wax dealer in California, so he's always got tons of stuff. The Steves, they run the Sacramento show. They're always vintage. Yeah, Greg's always got tons of wax. Vintage. Dollar boxes. Credit cards. There's always a traffic jam. This is like not the greatest setup right here because it's hard to get through. This guy, he's the guy I bought the Star Wars off of. This is the second room. They normally have the autographer over in the corner. Then you walk across the hallway. And it leads into the main room over there. Okay, so we'll get into my purchases. This is what I purchased first. These are sealed packs. There's 4 cards per pack. I looked the cards over. The corners look to be in decent shape. So the cards are in pretty good shape. What these are, I did not get this at the card show. I bought this off eBay. I've shown it on my videos, I think, before. So this is the 1977 Topps, I'm going to probably say this, Yamakatsu, and it's the large version. The standard versions are extremely rare. There are some at auction and on eBay. It looks like the seller is Rare Sea Glass. I've bought some other kind of rare Star Wars stuff off that person before, and they're the person that has it and found it and graded it, and so I think he's looking for like $100. But this was sitting on eBay forever, and I think I got it for $40, 45, something like that. 9 just sold a couple weeks ago. I think it went for like 80, $90. The back looked like this. So there's two ways to get these cards. It was in these sealed packs, or like in a gambling book. And I believe in the gambling book, every so often, there's this like red lettering through here, and it would say winner, and you could send in for a complete set. If you look on the pop report, there's only like 2 of those cards graded in each form. I had been buying these raw as they pop up. This, I guess, got 2 cards in it. I'm just showing you some of the cards. I think there's like 30, 35 cards in the set. There's a guy that's done a video on it. He did a pretty good job. If you just type in 1977 Topps Yamakatsu Star Wars, those will pop up. I really like them. They're like postcard size, so they're pretty big. I just like I believe it's very good artwork. So anyways, great photo. There's 4 cards per pack, and there was 30 packs, and he wouldn't sell them separately. He made me do it as a bulk. He quoted me $800, and I had cash, so I got them down to $600. So it's about $5 a card. If you bust these out and sell them raw, I think you can get $10 a card. That's a lot of work. Right now, the packs, I've seen the packs sell for about $40, which is about $10 a card. And then they're listed right now on eBay for like 100. I think 100 is a little too much. But these are rare. This is the only time I've seen them out in the wild. I think what I'll do is I'm going to bust a number of these, and I'll do a opening video, and I'll go into depth on these cards and everything like that. And so I don't lose you guys, I am going to go over the finer points of what I took away from the card show. Just showing you what I picked up and some of the stuff I'm collecting. I'm probably going to grade like 2 to 4 of the packs and keep them as packs. And I think long-term hold, that's just a smart move. And then I'll probably grade quite a few of them as well. So that's my plan. I'm going to bust these out. I'll do an opening video. So it was a huge purchase for me. If I'm dropping 600, it's typically a Michael Jordan. So there's a side room. I have almost forgotten about it. And I went over there and just poking around, and I just happened to see this in the guy's case. And if anyone wants to take a shot at how much I paid for this, I'll tell you and show you. I believe if you list this on eBay for $300, it would sell within a week. If you put it at $600, I think it would take about 3 months. And I think you could sit on it for like $800 to $1,000 for a year, and it would eventually sell. I looked for sales. This card has sold it sells like once every 2 years. So I think it's a pop 10. That's what he had on it. And I don't know if I'm a jerk. I talked him down to 75. So some people just don't list stuff on eBay. You could easily list this on eBay, and that's my opinion. I could be vastly wrong, but and then Joe, He typically has 90 stuff. He goes as buy, sells, repeats on Instagram. The Star Wars cards I got off NorCal Sports Cards. It looks like they mainly do breaks. I started following them on Instagram. It doesn't look like they've done much YouTube videos. Joe does post stuff on Instagram. So I went through his boxes. This is a gold with Jordan. I mean, it's a Dennis Rodman card. And these are hard to find just in general. So people are starting to accept lower grades of these just because. And I was bidding on a Magic that I lost a couple weeks ago. He had that at 50. And then he didn't have a price on this. It was a little scratched up. It still is a little scratched up. I used some scratch cleaner on it. It helped a little bit, but it's still not great. There was no price on it. So I think I got these for $75. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm flipping these. I have to get better about that. Something my collector hoarder gene is strong. So part of this is I have to at least start to try to pay for my gas money and stuff like that. So these are listed on eBay. If you love the cards, feel free to hit me up and I can work out a deal for anyone on Instagram that's a fan of the channel. So that was, we'll leave these out. Yeah. So we can look at cards. Well, my takeaways, definitely less people at the show attendees. There was roughly about the same amount of tables, maybe a little less tables in that second room, but I mean like maybe 2 less tables. So overall, there's still a strong demand to set up as a dealer. And these tables are $250 for 2 days. So they're not cheap for the California area. And that gets you for 2 days, but people seem to pay for it, so they must do okay. Admission is $10 to get in, and I think attendance was way down. I would guess 20%, 30%. And then I think another thing that's, I don't think the show's gonna keep its popularity because Dion, who is Sports Cards Addict on Instagram, he's known for throwing pretty killer shows, and his popular one, he's finally got his popular spot back, and his tables are gonna, I have a feeling are gonna be a little cheaper than $250 for 2 days. And I think that's gonna kind of get people's itch for a card show, and then this card show is gonna take more of a hit, but I could be wrong. That's my bet. The show was 50% vintage, and by that I mean, to me, vintage is 1972 and back. I just follow kind of PSA's guideline of what they're grading, and I believe they consider 72 and back vintage, and then anything above that I consider modern. And so about 50% modern, and of that 50% modern, probably 25% was ultra modern, so 2017 and newer, and then the rest was like 80s and 90s. Some big cards in there. What else? Raw cards. I didn't search as hard as I normally did, but I did look through stuff, and certain people are just asking like PSA 8 pricing. And if you really look over the cards, there's 7s or 8s in my opinion. So, and they seemed pretty firm on their pricing. So to me, that just doesn't make sense. You can go out and buy the graded version for a PSA 8, then why try to get it like in a raw form for what these people are trying to sell you. The side room this time was not promoted. Last time the promoter did a really good job of like reminding people that there was a room over there. This time that didn't happen as much. Steve, who throws the Sacramento card show. I talked to him more. We chatted for 10 minutes, something like that. And he had some good insight because I've set up his show twice, and I was asking him if this show is worth it. And he was just kind of mentioning as a dealer, the more times you set up, the more repeat customers you get. People will look for you there and come find you, and you'll kind of build a brand for yourself. So I thought that was interesting. Overall, I had a good time. I was stoked about the Star Wars cards. I am definitely stoked about this Garnet, man. That was just a steal in my opinion. So anyways, let me know. I didn't take a whole lot of video. It was just a little harder to do this time. And if you looked at the other videos, I think you get an idea of the show floor. I'm not one to record deals or anything like that. The NorCal, he did record our deal for the Star Wars card, since that was a pretty big deal, and that's fine with me. But stuff like this, it's probably small deals for the day. But I'm sure people were happy to have me there to spend some money. Anyways, hope everyone had a great weekend. NBA playoffs are in full swing, so hopefully everyone's enjoying those. Catch you later.